Don't look at the camera. Don't look at me.
John.
She hates it, man. She's such a director. What is up, guys? It's Benji, and Anthony is back from his long hiatus. And today,
I was in Hawaii. No, I'm just kidding.
today in the bar, we're actually going to be reviewing a controversial franchise film.
Is it controversial?
It's controversial because no one likes it.
Yeah.
But but which one are we going to do, Anthony?
We're doing Transformers: The Last Night. It's actually also called Transformers 5.
Yeah, 5.
Directed by Michael Bay.
No, I know, but 5. I got like starstruck by hearing 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
I thought it was 4.
But of course, it is Michael Bay, king of explosions. Like, that's all you see in these movies. That's what it is. That's pretty much what these movies are. It's just explosion with more explosions. So far, it's gotten a pretty excuse my language, crap review. It's gotten 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think like IMDb is like 5.5, if that now. Now that it's kind of been out,
it actually went down from earlier today, remember?
It did. It was at 17, down to 15. These critics are really chewing it. And I know, I do see why. I do understand why that is. But at the same time, remember, guys, we're watching Transformers. It's a franchise that doesn't have to be really good. But I do see why it's kind of, a big miss in the sense of storyline, because to explain this movie, it's a little bit hard.
It's hard and it's long. This
Two
movie
and a
is
half 2.5 hours. And the first act of the movie felt super long. It actually felt like it was about 45 minutes.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
But it was just really boring. Like that first part of the movie was really boring. But speaking of, what this movie's about and, talking about the first part, it's kind of going back to the origins of where the Transformers came from. That's what this movie's about. It's about the origins and how a planet, pretty much how Cybertron, which in the trailers, if you see how Optimus Prime kind of becomes the evil one and gets like possessed by something, which I don't want to spoil anything because this is a non-spoiler, just in case you do guys want to go watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Cybertron's trying to pretty much eat planet Earth. That's actually been around in the cartoons, I think, as well. That is something that's been going on for a while. So we don't really know if like Cybertron's a good place or not, just because of that. And that's pretty much what the story's about. Some of your favorite characters come back, Bumblebee, Optimus Prime. I don't remember a lot of the other ones. I know like Megatron's here. We got some new ones like Deadshot. We got some new Hot Rods.
Cade was in it for a bit.
Yeah, so all the robots are back. That's the beauty of this movie. I think this movie and the voice actings are great. They have some great cast, voicing these robots like John Goodman. They have Steve Buscemi, which is new to the franchise. He is kind of like a junker robot that kind of sells old junk and voice lines.
He brings the box for Bumblebee, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they bring you all that good stuff back, which to me, since the first one, I love how the Transformers look. I know some people had some issues because they weren't really robotic. They were more mechanical, more than robots, if anything.
Yeah, actually, that was my first gripe when I first saw this movie. But once you get that out of your head, you kind of start enjoying the film more.
Yeah, exactly. Like once you start enjoying just the concept of them becoming from cars, which this movie has beautiful cars.
Yes, they do.
They have Camaros, they have Lamborghinis, they have old school Mercedes, they have new school Mercedes, they have tanks, airplanes, all the beautiful cars in this movie. Just from them transforming from that to the robot is amazing. But let's get back into what this movie really fails on, which is the human cast. Cade Yeager's back, which is Mark Wahlberg. Marky Mark, he's back in this one. Anthony Hopkins is in this movie,
which
right?
is a big surprise. Like I was like, does he need another house or something?
It's funny because I actually read something where a news review or something, or news rant, where he actually said he doesn't know what the hell's going on in the movie. I don't know if it's true or not if he said that, but I did read that was one of the things. He says Edmund Burton, he's kind of like a family line of like King Arthur, or like he's a
historian, he's an astronomer, but like he's hiding the secrets, right?
And that's the thing, we don't know what those are. Like that's the problem. There's 2 new characters in this film that were kind of weird because one of them wasn't really around and the other one was pretty annoying in the first half of the movie.
Yes.
Vivian Wembley, I believe her name is by Lauren Hancock. She's new. She's the new love interest. She's the new Megan Fox. She's the new one.
Right, but she's more like a little bit older, a little more refined, right? And she's rough around the edges. She's a smart ass.
Yes. She was whatever. Same thing. It wasn't like anything major. The love story between Mark Wahlberg and her were pretty good. It was actually believable of how you could hate somebody to learn to love someone kind of thing. So it does kind of give you that vibe of they did okay with that part. Another character that came out was Isabel. We don't really know her last name. They don't really say it.
No,
but it's a child they've been.
She says it's Isabel with a Z.
Yeah, it's it's the kid they've been advertising a lot. Like I don't know if you see the trailers or teasers.
Promos. Actually, she was more in the. She looked more well put together in the advertising than the actual film.
Yeah, exactly. Her name is Isabel Moner. Sounds like a weird last name. Sorry about that, guys. I just read the last name. Yeah, she was in the beginning for like 2-3 parts, little parts.
They slapped her in the end, right? You're like, wait, where were you through the whole movie?
She was like it was. Think of it in 3 parts, right? The beginning, middle, and end. In the beginning, she was there. Middle, which was like the biggest part of the film, she wasn't. And in the end, she was there for like 10 minutes. Like it was nothing. She wasn't important. And it kind of sucked because I felt like that they wanted to use her as the entry to the younger crowd, the entry to maybe something new. Because I don't know if you know, but they are going to do a Transformers 6. So
something we saw the movie together tonight, guys, and what did you point out that you were like, oh, Ben let out this big groan? A
little spoiler, but they actually did show it in the trailer as well. When they have like the group of kids, there was like a Stand By Me reference, and it kind of upset me because Stand By Me is in my heart, classic in my heart. They even had like nerdy kid, little fat kid, and all that. It was kind of annoying because it was like, are you making fun of Stand By Me? Or are you trying to use it as a reference? And it just didn't sit right. But then again, I think that was another part of the movie that was actually good, was the jokes. A lot of the jokes in these movies, there were some hit and misses, but they were really good. They kept me laughing. People around me were laughing.
I was surprised because how many weeks ago we saw the Mummy and none of those horrible jokes landed, but here some of them did.
Yeah, some of some of them were like, oh, that was okay, but then other ones, like I caught myself like cracking up.
Oh my god, I had so much fun listening to him laugh.
And that's the thing, like these jokes, like they kept that humorous side of what Transformers was, when Bumblebee can't speak and he uses references.
Oh, he uses a female voice?
When he uses a random female voice, or he uses references from music from now. That was great. There's a lot of great parts of this film that could have been amazing. But where you lose everyone is your story. How many writers were there? 7? Yeah. How do you make a movie with 7 different writers? Like that doesn't make any sense. And have it be
coherent and one of the things that I'm learning in this thing called TheBARreviews is I'm learning to see movies through his eyes, through a new pair of eyes. And visually, this movie is beautiful. The sound effects, the editing, amazing. But what was this movie about? We just saw it not a half an hour ago, and I'm like still confused. Like, and he loves to have his characters slide down things. Have you noticed?
Yeah,
I was laughing
that was really
because
funny.
I was like, every movie someone has to slide down.
It was funny because if you watch 3, when the building's falling,
they're sliding in the opposite direction.
So I was actually paying attention, like which way they're sliding, but the thing was flipping, so I get it.
Yeah. No story.
Well, it's not that it didn't have a story.
It's just like all over
It's
the
that
place.
there was like 7 different plots, and they all had to meet here.
Yeah.
And when it met in the middle, it was like, oh, I get it. Now I know why she's important, or he's important, or that's important, and this is important, or why that's relevant, or why this one came up. It just took forever to come up. And, 2.5 hours for a movie, you should be able to keep me intrigued from beginning to end, especially for a 2.5 hour movie. And it just didn't. The first part, like, I'm not spoiling anything. It's in a medieval time. You see it in the trailer.
It's in the trailer.
It doesn't make sense. It didn't make any sense.
It was like, what was this? It was not necessary at all. Because
it wasn't. And I feel like they do this a lot. I think they do this a lot in all of their movies. They kind of don't make sense. After the second one, it was just kind of like, it started getting racy. It started getting a little bit.
We're looking for the Allspark, but this time it's a staff.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's always something like that. And even in the next one, Optimus, like little spoiler, but at the end, he says, there's still something else out there. It's clearly some kind of teaser for something else.
And how many times can you roll your eyes in one movie?
Exactly. And it's something to where, I've read articles, I've read parts where Michael Bay's not done. He's not done with this franchise. So, we're going to be there watching it. And I just don't know. Like, it's a summer movie. Don't think of it as anything else. Don't think of it as something amazing. Don't think of it as something, you're supposed to go and, you know what, I'm going to put my cards as the movie of the year kind of thing.
Right.
It's more like, hey, if you can watch it, go ahead. If you don't, who cares? You're not missing out on anything. So, man, what are you going to give this movie?
I'm going to give this movie a 10. It is a movie of the year. No, actually, this movie, I'm going to be giving it a 6. I was going to give it a 5, actually, but 6 because it's the editing, the sound, the visual, the graphics, like we talked earlier. There's all this crap happening, and you don't get dizzy.
You don't.
It's really sharp and to the point. It's really good. So 6.
Yeah, same here. I'm gonna give it a 6. Just because that was all the good parts, of course, but the bad part is just the story. The story just doesn't make any sense. Well, it does make sense in the end, but getting to it just takes a lot of roads to get there, kind of thing.
Like to get to this.
I think overall, I think they went to like a total of 10 different areas, like Africa, Egypt,
underwater.
Part, I'm a dumbass.
Were you just saying the Mummy right now?
Yeah, like they went to so many different areas, and that was the problem. It was so many crossroads to get to the end point that it didn't make sense. Characters, disposable characters that were supposed to be your main characters. But yeah, because of that, I'm giving it a 6. But overall, if you want to watch this movie, you're going to enjoy. It's just a summer blockbuster, something that just to kind of get your day by. But overall, I don't think it's something you need to watch right away. I think you could wait. Till maybe it's on Netflix. Everything's coming to Netflix so much faster that like now you could honestly wait and you'll probably enjoy it at the same time.
I do have to say one thing. Something small. When I was a kid, I used to love this movie called The Black Hole. There was a robot named Vincent. I kept seeing him in this movie. There's a blue robot called Squeaks that the little orphan girl every time I saw him, I just thought, oh, the Black Hole.
There was a lot of references to other movies. Star Wars.
There was. Oh my God, Star Wars. We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, Star Wars. A lot of stuff. Like, that was the thing. They copied a lot of copy-paste kind of stuff, just made it their own. But overall, like I said, it's something you guys could wait on. Alright guys, don't forget to hit the like button down below and comment which was your favorite Michael Bay explosion of all of the movies. Mine was, of course, my favorite Bad Boys. All those explosions were amazing in that movie. Yeah. Those were my favorite.
I couldn't name you one. Maybe today's probably.
The one at minute 15. Yeah. That one. That was my favorite.
The one when they were sliding and the building was going to slide. Don't forget to join us on social media. We're really big on Instagram. We also do Tumblr, Twitter, and Facebook.
Yeah, all the links are down below for you guys to check us out there and follow those social medias as well. Alright guys, if you guys like the review and like our other videos, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome videos. Have a good one.